Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Hello everyone, introduce us from group 2, which consists of me, Meutya Az Zahra, with student ID number 2210912320023.
I'm Hasna via Qamra with student ID number 2210912220014.
My name is Syahrini Dwi Sundari with my ID number 2210912320034.
Muhammad Ikhwani Muslim with student ID number 2210912310007.
Introduce me, Yufita Kamila Isana Ramadhani, with student identification number 22109122200036.
Okay, so on this occasion, what podcast do we want to make, guys?
So, in this podcast, the topic is mental health.
Wow, mental health is really interesting.
Yes, it's really interesting. Do any of you know what mental health is?
I know it. So mental health is a condition in which individuals have visible well-being from themselves, who can realize their potential, have the ability to cope with normal life pressures in various situations in life, can work productively, and can contribute to the community. That's it.
Oh, I see. But why is mental health so important?
The importance of maintaining mental health needs to be known from an early age. A person with a healthy mentality will also affect their physical condition as well as their quality of life. When a person is psychologically, socially, and emotionally prosperous, it can be said that the individual has a healthy mentality. Mental health is also the forerunner for us to continue to develop.
Well, mental health is really important. By the way, what influences mental health?
Disorders of mental health are influenced by several factors, including the following. 1. Genetic or hereditary factors. About 42% of psychiatric disorders are caused by genetic factors. For someone who has genetic heredity, the risk of developing psychiatric and mental illness is greater. 2. Biological factors. Biological factors in question are such as brain injury or epilepsy, psychological factors from trauma, such as harassment, military combat, accidents, crime, and violence. 3. Environmental and social factors. A person can experience mental disorders when there are problems in their social life. For example, when someone is laid off from their job or when there is conflict in their family environment, this really triggers a person to experience mental and mental disorders. Several risk factors for other mental disorders, including women have a high risk of developing depression and anxiety, while men have a higher risk of developing substance dependence and being antisocial. Women after giving birth, having problems in childhood or lifestyle problems, have a profession that triggers stress, have a family or family history of mental illness, have a history of birth with abnormalities in the brain, have a previous history of mental illness, abusing alcohol or illegal drugs.
Oh, so that it's UP. How is our community awareness about mental health now?
In the digital age like now, mental health in some communities is still taken for granted. Especially on social media, there are still many people who comment freely without thinking about whatever the comments that have been given have a bad impact or not on a person's mental health. Even though there have been many educational educational videos about mental health on social media, there are still people who don't understand what mental health is. When some has a problem with their mental health, some people think that it's just us who complain too much, easy give up, lack fight, and so on. Actually, a person's mental health problems also really need to be handled by professional staff. However, there are not a few people who already know about mental health education. Although sometimes they still take it for granted.
Oh, I see. And I also heard a lot of mental health problem lately.
Yes, mental health is now an issue that is increasingly being discussed because the problem is getting harder to solve and the cases are increasing, especially during a pandemic. The 2018 Basic Health Research or RISCASDAS shows that more than 19 million people aged over 15 years experience mental emotional disorder, and more than 12 million people aged over 15 experience depression. Depression itself is classified as a mood disorder that can cause symptoms such as protracted feeling of sadness, hopelessness, and even suicidal ideation. And of course, this is very dangerous. In addition, there are also mental health problems such as anxiety disorders, which are very common. Sufferers will experience intense fear, excessive anxiety, or dread when faced with certain objects or situations. Anxiety when in a public place, panic, and phobia about something are also included in the anxiety disorder.
Hearing that there are many mental health problems, here I have a way to maintain mental health. Okay, to maintain our mental health, we can do the following. 1. Control your emotion. Learn not to be easily offended by anything someone says. Sort out what they say and take the positive side of things. 2. Trying new things. When there is a shortage of time or you start to feel bored with the same activities, then you can fill your time by trying new things alone or with your friend. 3. Telling people you trust can reduce the burden you carry. Go out even if it's only 10 minutes a day. Take the time to sit or walk in an open space, surrounded by trees and fresh air. This will instantly lift more or less stress level in the mind and recharge the energy in the body. 4. Sport. Always take time to exercise. Eat healthy food to make work in life better. 5. Meditation. Take time for yourself to meditate. 10 to 15 minutes a day is ideal, especially before bed. 6. Or the last, get enough rest. To release optimal mental health, adequate rest is needed after doing activities during the day.
Wow! We can apply these tips so that our mental health is well maintained.
I agree. The topic of our conversation is really exciting.
Yes, this is very relevant to us, especially teenagers.
I agree. I hope the information that we present in this podcast can be conveyed properly.
Wrong mistake? Well, from what we said, there was something that was not pleasing. Please forgive me.
We say goodbye, my friends.
Wassalamualaikum
warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.